Why do you support Trump?
So I support his tariffs, his baseline tariffs on China, and I do support his immigration policies, but I don't support. Sorry, that's in my background. I'm parked.
Yeah, you're good.
I promise. But I don't support ICE, obviously, and you gotta realize I am from upstate New York, so all these small towns, it is really MAGA, and I get Trump is a p3o. Or whatever you call it. Like, I don't want to say the word. I don't know if you can say that word.
So if he's a pedo, why do you support
that
him?
word? But I get he's a bad person too, and I don't really support that.
Oh, but
no,
you'll
not
vote for him.
Syracuse.
Okay, so do you still support him even though you think he's a p3do?
It's not much I support him as a person. I support some of his policies, and you
think he's a p3do and you'd still be willing to vote for him?
Mind you, this is one of the best MAGA callers.
So I didn't vote at all. I didn't vote
to argue with him.
Yeah, but like if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I don't know anything about Kamala at all. So
he is the cream of the MAGA crop right now. This guy.
So even though you think Donald Trump's a pedo, you would still vote for him?
Yup, because he's that racist and stupid.
Is there anything he could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Parker can't even find anybody to debate. This is ridiculous.
If he did something to a kid.
Oh.
Like, do you understand that?
You want to protect the kids?
Yeah,
so
you said you do believe he's a p3do, right? Therefore, you don't support him, right?
This is the MAGA argument now.
Well, I probably would just because of his policies.
You're going to support
so you'd be willing to vote? Okay, so I have a question. Kamala Harris versus Jeffrey Epstein with Donald Trump's policies. Who would you rather vote for?
Epstein.
Wait, Jeffrey Epstein has Donald Trump's policies?
Yeah.
Of course he would.
Jeffrey Epstein with Donald Trump's policies or Kamala Harris? Who would you rather vote for?
Come on, Parker. Are we real?
Are you real,
I'm actually being serious right now. If you completely overlook character, I ask people this question. Would you vote for Jeffrey Epstein with Donald Trump's policies over Kamala Harris?
Because that's what you did, MAGA. You voted for a pedophile.
No, that's Jeffrey Epstein. That's all right, but that's Jeffrey
that's
Epstein.
His best
you can't
friend.
compare
It's
Jeffrey
not the same
Epstein
thing.
to Donald Trump. Are we?
So
are we
the point that we're making is that there's going to be some point in which there's going to be a disqualifier in terms of the level of character that they have, right, and have how bad it is. That's going to get you to not want to support him, correct?
No, not dumb MAGA trash. They'll support a p3do.
Okay, so then why is that not met if you think that Donald Trump is a p3do? Like, to me, that's obvious. Like, if that is true about him, then obviously you should, like, say that you don't support him, right?
Side note, he had to go through...
Yeah, I don't support him. I say I don't support him. I don't support him as a person, but as a president and with the policies, I do support
his pedo
some of his policies. So I do support that.
Yeah,
it's not like
in the same way that you would say that you don't support Jeffrey Epstein, right? If it was Jeffrey Epstein versus Kamala Harris with Jeffrey Epstein having Donald Trump's policies, it would be the same way that you could say it here with Donald Trump. Just because they have policies you agree with doesn't mean you'd be willing to overlook all of these character flaws. Like, I think it should be illegal for someone to run for president of the United States if they've been held civilly liable of sexually abusing someone, or if they've been criminally convicted of sexually abusing someone.
Yeah, and what did Donald Trump even really do? He walked into a locker room?
No, he called it locker room talk, you idiot.
He walked into a locker
little girl
room.
pageant.
With grown,
that's one thing he did.
That is messed up. I get that.
That is one thing he did. He bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they were changing without their consent, where two 18-year-olds came out, so there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms. He was also held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will. He was also credibly accused by a minor in the Epstein files for sexually abusing her after being trafficked
was he put in jail for that?
Of course not.
No, because
he
it was
runs
past
the
the statute of
DOJ.
limitations for criminal courts, meaning that regardless of the amount of evidence, that they weren't able to try them in a criminal court.
Because of the Republicans, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oops. You still voted for a pedo. And this is the cream of the MAGA crop. Listen to this guy's arguments.
Okay.
But, like, I don't think...
You don't think.
People can obviously change, right?
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, 80-year-old Trump's gonna change.
I'm not saying it's justified, but people can change.
Okay.
Pedophiles can't change.
We should put pedophiles in prison for the rest of their life?
This is the cream of the MAGA crop, folks.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Okay.
No, most get
watch
off.
This. Do you think they should?
Free.
Yes, they should.
A lot
I
do,
think
but
they
that doesn't mean that they should.
They should.
Yes,
fact,
I think they should.
I think they
if
should
you think that they should be put in prison for the rest of their life,
I think they should
then
be
you
put
agree
under
that they are not redeemable, right?
Well, they're still redeemable.
Yeah, okay.
To
dude.
God, they're still.
If you think they should be in prison for the rest of their life, then obviously you think that they're not redeemable.
Well, how many
They
kids
still
did
have
they touch?
humanity.
If you only touch 3
but they're
kids,
not
you're
redeemable
redeemable.
morally.
This is how stupid their arguments are. Way to go, MAGA. Well, hold on. How many kids did he touch? Because if you only touch 3,
That's why we think they should be in prison for the rest of their life.
This is what you voted for.
So, if we believe that they're not redeemable within that respect, then why do we think they're redeemable to become president? This isn't just like someone had some typical character flaw and then they became better. Because I think that we, in typical, will apply that to practically everything, but we don't apply that to...
This is the cream of the MAGA crop. Parker just went through 30 people to try to find somebody to debate. This is as good as it gets. This is how dumb these people sound. Literally. This guy, well, I don't care if he's a pedophile because I like some of his policies. And then he probably couldn't even name any policy that the guy had. This is how ridiculous this shit is. And these people are proud. These are proud MAGA idiots. It's the most pathetic shit I've ever seen. They have the IQ of a fucking earthworm. And this is the cream of the MAGA crop because the rest of them are already too scared to debate Parker, who is a kid. I mean, he might be 20 or something like that. But my goodness, this is terrible.
Morally evil things, such as sexual abuse, right? We're willing to acknowledge that someone's done something bad and can come back from that in almost every scenario. But when it comes to things like this, clearly not, right?
Right.
So, what do you mean he's able to, become a better person?
Yeah, Trump's going to change at 82 years old. He'll stop touching kids tomorrow. When he's come on, man. That's your argument. People can change. He has a whole history of this shit. The guy owned little girl pageants and then bragged about walking in there to watch them change. He ran around with Epstein. This is just ridiculous for these MAGA idiots to think that Trump didn't know about the sex ring. Trump was actively trying to get in on it. He was looking and Googling over girls with Epstein. What do you think they talked about? And these MAGA idiots, well, you can't prove it. You can't prove it. I don't need to prove it. Trump proved it. You can hear it from the horse's ass. I mean, he went on Howard Stern bragging about it. How is this the party of family values? I don't understand. And they use trans people to justify voting for a pedophile. Meanwhile, Kristi Noem, her husband is trans and wants to put big fake boobs in and do all this shit. This is the party of Christian family values. And look at Trump's own cabinet members. They're 60% of them are either gay, closeted, homophobic, sick fucks, or they're dog shooters who are married to trans idiots themselves. And yet they want to punish trans people. This is a bunch of hateful, nasty piece of shit people that hate themselves and try to project it on other people. And Trump has managed to make a political party out of that. What could go wrong? Listen to this guy. This is the last 20% that's left over that supports Trump. They sound like dog shit idiots. Probably smell like it too. You can literally hear the podunk inbred dumbassness in this idiot's voice. talking about pedophiles can change. I like his policy. I voted for the politician, not the man. This is after Parker went through like 20 different people to find somebody that could even try to debate him. MAGA is scared of a 20-year-old Parker. They won't even come on here and debate him. This is the most pathetic MAGA shit I've ever seen. Parker, you're doing God's work, as they say. I will say this, though. I heard Parker say his definition of atheism is that, well, he does not believe in a God. I will say this. Atheism, the real definition of it is that you are not convinced. And that's fine because the burden of proof is not on you. You can be an atheist and not believe that there is no God. You can just say, I'm not convinced. The burden of proof is on the church and the people making the claim, and they cannot find any real proof for their claim. I happen to be an atheist myself, but I don't think that God doesn't exist. I say, I don't know. I don't know if God exists. The burden of proof is on the people making the claim. It's still a possibility. Yeah, right? I'm not throwing that out as a possibility. Could God be real? Sure. He could also not be. And until I get some actual proof, I'm going to be realistic in my worldview and just say, I don't know. There's just too many people that are scared to say they don't know something about something. And then they turn into MAGA idiots, right? Just lead with your faith. Just blindly believe in whatever dumb shit that sounds good. And hey, you'll get a president that's a pedophile. And yeah, these guys are worried about trans people reading books to kids. Meanwhile, they voted for a guy that literally touches little kids. And now they have to die on that hill. That stupid, inbred, podunk MAGA hill. Anyway, this is just wild. I had to get a recording of this.
Well, he didn't go to jail though. He didn't get.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Yeah, he didn't go to jail because he literally controls the Department of Justice. He appointed, well, he didn't go to jail for raping those kids, so that means it's okay. I mean, this guy's being willfully ignorant, right? Of course you're not going to go to jail. You're the president. It's just stupid. It is just so stupid. And of course, none of the Republicans have enough spine to actually hold Donald Trump accountable for anything because they can't win a fucking election or anything without him. So they will literally ride a pedophile's nuts just to have a speck of power for a few years. None of these Republicans are ever going to be in office ever again. So who's going to vote for these people? I guess other than pedophiles, right? Sick world we live in right now.